G'day, I'm Richard Eagle, and it's both a privilege and an honour to welcome you to life in the rowboat. So glad to have you on board, and it is my fervent prayer that as you journey with us here at Life in the Rowboat, that you will discover that the fear of failure and the fear of the future will become things of your past. Now, you may be a little bit puzzled as to what on earth does the rowboat have to do with Christian living? Well, I thought you might ask that question. So I want to spend a few moments in just sharing with you a brief insight into the relevance of the rowboat. Really flows from Jeremiah 29:11, which many of you, if you grew up in the time period that I was a child, you may well have memorized this verse at Sunday school. So Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope." The word future there in Hebrew is the word agarith, and it means afterwards, backwards, or after part. And if you were like me, on hearing that definition, you go, what? It seems to be totally upside down to our mindset of what the future looks like. We always think of the future in terms of looking forward, but in Hebrew it's got this very strong meaning that focuses our view backwards. Thankfully, we aren't alone in grappling with this Hebrew meaning. A man by the name of H.W. Wolf, he also had the same struggle, and as he pondered the meaning of this word, he came up with a brilliant picture that helps so much in understanding it. And that picture was the picture of a person sitting in a rowboat. So for instance, if you were to sit in my rowboat and you had the oars in your hands and the boat's not resting against the wall but it's actually on the water, the question I would ask you is, which way are you facing as you prepare to row? Are you facing the direction you're heading in, or are you facing the direction you're heading away from? And of course, the fact is that the future is behind you. It's afterwards, backwards. It's the after part from where you're sitting in the rowboat. So the reality is that as you sit in the rowboat, your focus isn't on where you're heading, your focus is on where you've come from. Which begs the question, well, if I'm looking where I've come from, what is my focus? What should my focus be? And I'd like to suggest to you that as we look back from our seat in the rowboat, our focus is on the goodness and faithfulness of God. You see, throughout all the generations, God has shown himself to be the constant through all the events of history. He alone is the unchanging one. He is the epitome of goodness and faithfulness regardless of what was going on in any point in history. And it is this view from the rowboat that begins to open up new realms of understanding what the Christian life looks like and how we can experience it in a much fuller and more vibrant way. So again, welcome to Life in the Rowboat. Please feel free to have a look around on the website, and I'd love to hear from you. Go to the contact tab and shoot me a message. I'd love the opportunity to put you on my mailing list, and you can get a copy of my regular Hebrew word picture devotionals delivered right to your inbox regularly on a week by week basis. And these words are powerful, and I look forward to connecting with you, getting to know you, and sharing in your journey as we learn what it is to do life in the rowboat. Bless you.